Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rocha, Chodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Banyasharala of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Kharab Banyasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And now today, I'll be coming out a lesson, and the title of this lesson is When You Set Traps / bear false witness, you get got. And it's just plain as that. The Lord see what you do. He see how you act. He see how you moving. And the same thing that you're doing, you'll fall victim to the same things. And the Lord will make sure that that happens. We have an example. The leader of the group Sakari. But without further ado, let's get right into it. This is Sirach, chapter 25. It's like chapter 27. I'm going to start at verse 25. It says, Whoso casteth a stone on high, casteth upon his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. So when you cast a stone on high, you may try and cast a stone at someone else or whatever. Guess what? That same stone or whatever it is that you're doing will fall upon your own head. And a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Anything that has been done or deceitful on your hand, guess what? You'll end up being wounded by that exact same thing. So when you go to set traps and or bear false witness among many things, you end up getting got just as well. Let's continue. Verse 26, it says, Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. So when you dig a pit, you call yourself setting something up for somebody else to fall into, guess what? You'll be the one to fall directly into it and get jacked up. You set a trap, you're going to be the one that's been taken. You're going to be the one that's going to get taken in the trap that you set. So when you set traps and bear false witness and things of the sort like that, guess what? You get got. Because the Lord is not mocked. Just roughly paraphrasing. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So you're going to get it back. If you sow it, it's coming back to you. Projection, the same thing. Negative projection on people, that's also used as a trap. And it could go into bearing false witness as well. That'll come back on you, and you will get got. Let's continue. Verse 27. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. So when you work in mischief, when you got some tomfoolery behind closed doors going on, or any kind of form of tomfoolery, any mischief, guess what? It's going to fall upon you, and you're not going to know whence and or where it's coming from. So it's better to walk a straight line, walk according to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Let's continue. Verse 28. It says, Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. So mockery and reproach are what? From the proud. Anybody that's prideful or think themselves to be something that they may not be, or consider themselves to be something that they probably aren't. Vengeance as a lion is going to lie in wait for them, meaning eventually that person and or people will get their just desert. So you have those who mock and come trying to reproach the men of the Lord. Guess what? They themselves or those people are going to fall under the same mockery and reproach, or possibly worse. So it is what it is. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Let's continue. Verse 29. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die. So when you're rejoicing at the fall of someone that may be righteous or doing the best that they can, moving according to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability, if you rejoice at a downfall or at their downfall, guess what? Anguish going to consume you before you die. meaning you're gonna have hardships and problems before you leave this earth, because the Lord is gonna allow it to come to you. So it's better to just get your sugar and iced tea together and stop being weird. We've seen what happened. We've seen so many examples. Every time somebody came up scoffing and mocking the elder apostles, saying things that are not true or trying to set traps, bearing false witness, what happened? They got every time. And again, we have a recent happening. It's not to bring up anything, but that is used as an example. The leader of the Sakari group. He's just an example of what happened. That's all it is. To show you that what you do in the dark, what you sow, you shall reap. If you lie on somebody, guess what? Or you bear false witness, I should say. Guess what? Eventually, those same words that you used will come back to you. Those same thoughts and those feelings that you may try to project towards someone else, eventually you're going to fall victim to them. And the Lord is going to do it in front of everybody. Let's continue. Verse 30, it says, malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have them both. So malice and wrath are abominations according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But guess what? The sinful man is going to have both of these things. Those who don't walk according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the way the Lord wants you to do it. Never mind other people. Make sure that you walking according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the way to the best of your ability. Period. Let's go. Let's go to Exodus. Right on point. And this is just part of the commandments right here. Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Point blank period. The Lord wasn't playing when he said it. When he gave us the charge, he wasn't saying don't bear false witness, but in certain cases, or you might be feeling or thinking a certain way. No, don't bear false witness. Don't set traps. Don't try to do anything. Don't lie. Use no manner. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get that eventually when I go back to Sirach. But nonetheless, the Lord says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Do not lie. Don't make up things. Don't drum up anything in your head so that you can view your neighbor or someone else in a negative light. Let's continue. Let's go back to Sirach. Sirach chapter 7, verse 12. Devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like to thy friend. Point blank period. Don't devise a lie against your brother. Don't make up nothing in your head. Don't say nothing out of your mouth. And don't do the like to your friend, somebody that considers you a comrade. Because once you lose that friend or that comrade, they're lost. You don't get them back. And that's in Sirach, and it's in the scriptures. You don't lose them. There may be a point of reconciliation, but if you start to tell secrets and things of the sort like that, you've lost that person. And the Lord tells you not to even chase after them anymore. Let's continue. Verse 13. Use not to make any manner of lie, for the custom thereof is not good. So the Lord tells us don't even lie, because the custom of it is not a good thing. It's not good. It is unrighteous. It don't help. It just shoots you. You shoot yourself in the foot. Let's continue. Proverbs 26. Past Proverbs. I went way past. Well, here we go. 26. Salakia. Proverbs 26. We're going to say what? Verse 24. It says, he that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit with him. So he that hateth When you hate something, you dislike something. Well, in this tense, more of a hate, an intense dislike. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips. People that like Jay say, haters. Well, haters like to what? Haters like to lie. Haters like to say things behind your back. Haters like to form ideas of who someone else might be in other people's minds, so that the hater himself or herself or themselves can feel justified in their stance to keep continuing in whatever it is that they do. But in doing that, guess what? A hater, or he that hateth dissembleth with his lips, layeth up deceit within him. Lies, things that are not true. They drum up things in their own mind and what they think or how they feel. And we not for lack of a better term, we're not in that position to do anything of the sort like that. We have our charge from Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai of how we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to talk, how we're supposed to walk, how we're supposed to be. So you gotta be careful. When you set traps, bear false witness, you get got. Does not matter. Something gonna happen to you somewhere, and the Lord gonna make sure. Not because the Lord hates you, because he wants you to be corrected and to move correctly and to move right. Let's continue. Verse 25. It says, when he speaketh fair, and that's in Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. It says, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. So those that set traps and or bear false witness or have some kind of preconceived whatever the flying flip phone it is in their mind, they'll speak fair in your face. They'll speak fair when you're around them, but don't really believe them. Take Esau as an example, and also these other leaders of these wayward churches, i.e. camps. They may speak fair in front of you, but guess what? Don't believe them, because there's 7 abominations in their heart. Let's continue. It says, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. See, when you set traps or bear false witness or whatever preconceived idea in your mind against someone else, and you cover that hatred by deceit, that wickedness that is within, the Lord is going to show it before the whole congregation. I mean, the Lord is going to expose it. Everybody is going to see it, because the Lord sits high. He sits high and he looks low. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees from everlasting to everlasting. All works of flesh or man are before the Lord's eyes continually. There is nothing that he does not see. So guess what? That's why the tomfoolery that's done behind closed doors, or the traps that is being set, or the bearing false witness, it eventually gets brought to the forefront. The Lord exposes it, because for one, it's wicked. For two, it's against him. For three, you're probably harming someone that probably doesn't have that hasn't done anything to you or crossed. But see, a lot of our people, they don't understand such things. As we see, again, like I said, it's just an example. It's not something I'm going to be bringing up all the time. Just saying, the leader of the Sakari group. A lot of false witness, bearing false witness, a lot of setting traps verbally. And now look, the same thing is going to happen to you. Verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. So yet again, when you dig a pit, you're going to be the one to fall in it. Whatever tomfoolery you got going on in your mind, you can't project that on the other people, because you're going to be the one to fall victim to it. And also, this could lead to physical things as well. Let's take Esau at the job for one. You working, you minding your business. The Edomite, Esau want to lie on you and say that you're not doing this and you're not doing that. Well, that's a pit that is being dug by that Edomite, that devil. So guess what? Eventually, he's going to fall in that same pit. The same things that he's saying you're doing, he's going to fall victim to them. Or not doing, you're going to fall victim to them. You roll a stone, it's going to return upon you. You trying to roll a stone up to get somebody else, guess what? You're going to be the one to get got. That's how it works. That is just how it goes. Point blank, period. Whether you like it or not, most people don't understand it. The ones that are doing the tomfoolery, they don't never ever understand or could figure out why these things are happening or how it happened. Well, the Lord allowed it. That's how that go. So again, when you set traps and bear false witness, you get got. Period. Last point. Let's go to chapter 5 of Proverbs. Verse 22. It says, his own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sin. So those of our people that work iniquity, that live in transgression, guess what? Those same iniquities are going to take them. That's why it says his own iniquity shall take the wicked himself. So guess what? Even our 2/3 of our people in this devil, they're going to fall victim to their own wickedness, their own iniquity. And they're going to be holding what? With the cords of their transgressions, i.e. their sin. Their sins are going to weigh them down. And eventually it's going to cause them to fall victim to whatever it is that they have going on. So you got to watch out. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's just that simple. Last point, verse 23. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. So those who commit iniquity, who live contrary to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, those who set traps or bear false witness or have some preconceived idea or whatever it is to try and project onto others, guess what? That person is going to die without instruction. And in the greatness of their folly, they're going to go astray. And anybody that goes astray in their folly, especially Jake, what happens? They end up finishing with all they living. The Lord judges them. And if they don't finish with all they living, the Lord busts them down so bad it's just like they should have died. It would have been better for them to have, we'll say, passed on to the next phase of existence, i.e. death, than to stay alive and face the ridicule. But sometimes that's what the Lord wants. So you got to be careful. When you set traps, bear false witness, you get got. Shalom.